Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Factory in the Sky 4 on the FTOG server. I'm standing here by our other side portal because I have a update pursuant to the finish, or the end of that episode. So, the soul crystals that are required to make the soul Elytra, these are dropped by a mob called a stalker, which can occasionally spawn from those ancient jars in the Warden Temple. However, since we are on a server and there's a limited number of those that are reasonably accessible, I decided on an alternate solution. I decided to go to the other side, spawn one, grab one in a soul jar from Ender.io, get a spawner from the Bumble Zone, craft those together using a soul binder, and get a spawner for that, and then craft that into a powered spawner, which now spawns the stalkers. So, if I flip this on, we can get one, hopefully, and I can show you what they're like. They look like this. They have little backpacks and stomach teeth and all that, and they drop soul crystals, which they didn't right then. Oh wait, no, they did. Think. Yeah, they dropped two. My keys are messing up. But I went and got those, so we are going to craft ourselves the Elytra, the soul Elytra, real quick. Not going to wear them, because we have better methods of flight than that. But in order to get the smithing template, we need Resinarium plate, which requires Resinarium and scoot of some kind. Now, the scoot we're going to get in the next episode when we dive into theurgy. But the Resinarium, if we head out here, also... Oh, I had another Elytra in there, that's why. If we head into the other side here, portal there. I believe it's this biome. A couple different people, Muggleorwizard told me, Grok told me, that the Blooming Caverns, the slimes that spawn here, the sludges, they drop the Resinarium. That's a loot crate, not that. Oh, there's one. We need 4 in order to make our device. So I'm just going to kill all of these. How much do we have? 14. Okay, so that solves the problem of where Resinarium comes from. So if you were wondering after the last episode, that's where it comes from. And now, moving right along, in order to do theurgy next episode, I needed a place to do it. So I went ahead and I created a place to do it. And as part of that, I made a lot of progress on the resort. So let's just, without further ado, head out here. Ta-da! We have a landscape. And it's like complete. This is the tower where we're going to do theurgy. It's the same aesthetic as the other buildings. Get to that in a minute. Our mystical agriculture is out here. We're also going to do roots out here at some point. Maybe next episode, along with theurgy. Maybe next episode after that. I don't know. But yeah, we've got this, topographical lines here. And I'll let you in on a secret of how I did this. I'm not super happy with this. Need to adjust that. But how you would basically do this is you start from the platform. And then you draw a line, this edge line, connecting down to the platform I built for this. And then you build that down, and then each level of this, say this line ended here, you would draw this line over to the connection point on the stairs here, and then you would do that with this line, and so on and so forth, and then you just fill it in. So that's how we got this, decent looking terrain here. Now, this still needs decoration, it still needs paths, it still needs, ground cover. The forest could probably use some variation, but I'm very happy with how this island has turned out. On the bottom, it's definitely still flat, Not ideal. Eventually, the plan is to maybe fill this in with proper floating islandness, make Grok happy. But yeah, for now, this is it. The plan essentially is for a mountain sort of to go here, and then the woods to kind of spread out beside it. I'm not sure how much of that we're actually going to get done in this series, but that's the eventual plan. We'll see how far we get before I get bored of this series. But on to the main event here. We have this little guest house with the little mangrove highlights. We got windows, little trapdoors. Not super happy with this. I need to figure out a way to fix that. I like this little entranceway, though, onto the path. This needs to connect up to over here somehow. And we have the employees-only room, which is I used floorboards as shelves, and then we can kind of climb the ladder up. I don't know what to put on this yet. It's meant to be like a little maintenance room. We'll work on that. But there we've got rooms 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. Now, as for the rooms, here's what I did. I took the, I decided 12 dragons was a lot to build habitats for, so I've cut it down to 6. And I've themed each of these rooms after one of those dragons. So let's go room by room. We have, number 1, the Ether Dragon room. We got yellow beds, a skyroot plant. There's some birch lattice fences. I like the way those look. And then empty wallboards, kind of like what we did in the reception room, around this highlight block. And these are hit with glowstone, so they glow. Not that we need it, because this is the void dimension, and everything is lit up anyway. And then we have these crayfish mod drawers. And this is the pattern I went with, wickered light blue wool. It reminded me of scales a little bit, so I did that. And then you'll start to notice a pattern here quickly. We have the nether room. We have a magma block, chandelier, red beds, a crimson root. I believe it's crimson roots in the flower pot, and dark oak drawers. You'll notice this is the same layout. That's not what I originally set out to do, but, you know, I didn't have inspiration for different designs, so they all look the same, but they're just different aesthetics. This is the forest dragon room. The one danger of this room, we got the oak drawers, that is if you sneak in here, it creates, it messes up the floor. So, yeah. I have to be careful not to sneak in here, because it will mess up the floor. Let me grab this moss block and put it back where it belongs. Moving on to room 4, the amethyst dragon room. We have the amethyst chandelier, the spruce drawers, black beds, and a cherry thing, because I couldn't find a purple tree. There's an echo sapling in the other side that's purple, but I didn't want to go all the way there and get it, which I'm just now realizing I could have grabbed while I was there earlier. We have the Skulk Dragon room, which I actually have now. I'll show you that in a minute. Blue beds, dark oak stuff, and finally we have the End Dragon room. We have some crying obsidian, even though you can't actually find that in the end, it seemed appropriate. We use the end rods as the chandelier, and then birch and warped roots, even though those are another thing, because they worked. So yeah, this is the guest house I've been talking about for so long. I'm happy with it, mostly. I'm not super happy with the way this turned out, but it looked really weird having them right against the window, so what are you going to do? I probably could highlight the back of this a little, or the sides of this a little bit more. I'm not super worried, because you're not really walking the sides of it. But let me show you the Skulk Dragons. Skulk Dragons. Let's see here. Skulk Dragon. This is Chuck. And he's sitting, good. And this is Shrooms. I I don't exactly remember where I got the name Chuck from. Shrooms is because the skulk has always reminded me of some, like, fungus type thing, so this is shrooms. I honestly don't remember where I got Chuck from. It's a mystery to me. It was a little while ago. These things, I can see hostiles through walls. Not super useful when you're flying on a dragon, because why would you have a dragon anywhere near walls? So that's the skulk dragons. They look really cool. And as for resort plans with those dragons, the plan generally, and I want to lay this out just in case I don't actually get to build them, so you can, like, visualize what we're doing here. So there's going to be, like, a little space here and then a mountain. At the top of that mountain is going to be an ether dragon, or an aether dragon habitat, up near the sky. Inside the mountain, we're going to have the nether dragons and the amethyst dragons. Where am I? Yeah. Amethyst dragons and nether dragons inside the mountain. And then, going down in a cave in the mountain, under the mountain, is going to be the skulk dragon. And then, off the side of the mountain, like over here somewhere, is going to be the forest dragon habitat, which is just kind of going to blend into the forest. And then I haven't quite decided where to put the end dragons yet. Maybe I'll build, like, a stronghold-ish temple or something in the side of the mountain, up a little further than the nether and amethyst caves. And the end dragons will live in there. That's a possibility. So yeah, visualize that. Big mountain, a couple caves for the nether and amethyst, and a cave going down to the skulk. Ether at the top, forest on the side, and a temple for the end dragon in the middle. I think that will look really cool if I get around to building it before I decide to end the series. But yeah, that'll be pretty much the resort. It's going to be this, like, magic tower. We'll have our reception room, our place for guests to stay, and then our dragon preserve area over there. And I think that's going to be pretty cool. So, when I was planning this episode, I thought that was going to take a lot longer to go through. Maybe I'm talking fast. Maybe, I don't know. There wasn't as much as I thought there was going to be, but we have time left in this episode, so I wanted to see if we can get into productive bees. Because I don't think I actually plan to do productive bees, but I do want to get the quest done. So let me find Big Book of Bees. Where's the Big Book of Bees? Big Book of Bees. How do we make this? Big Book of Bees. Okay. We need to make a dirt nest. Dirt nest, which you can make with just materials. So let's make this. Dirt nest. Honey treats. Let's see if we can get all of this done today. Honey treats. That we can't do yet. Advanced oak beehive. Advanced oak beehive. Okay, 2 iron. Let's make some shears, which I assume is what that's made of. Got the advanced oak beehive. Let's make the oak expansion box. Oak expansion box. Out of honey. We got a bunch of honey stuff from the Bumble Zone. So we should be able to make a lot of this. Upgrade base, right there. Centrifuge. Centrifuge, powered centrifuge, heated centrifuge. So centrifuge. Make a centrifuge like this. Centrifuge. Powered centrifuge. We'll make 2 of those real quick. Powered centrifuge. And then the heated centrifuge is made like this. Okay, 1, 2. We need an inactive dragon egg. How do you get draconic chunks? Draconic dust. Heated centrifuge, draconic comb. So you have to breed dragon bees for that, I think. 2 speed upgrades. Let's make another honey treat. Another upgrade base. Another speed upgrade. Good thing I did this now. I can maybe work on this between the next episodes. Bee cage. Okay. Bee cage. Let's see. Bee cages. I assume we're gonna want sturdy bee cage, which we got, and the bee nest helmet. Bee nest helmet. Okay, let's make a diamond helmet. Let's make a bee nest, beehive, beeswax. Okay, we can get this from the Bumble Zone. I'll go look for that later. Bottler. Let's see. Bottler. Make the bottler like this. We'll make the honey generator like this. Honey generator. Honey bucket. Honey bees. Honey. I didn't grab another honey block, so we can go do that later, and then Baba bees. Bobby. Bobby. Incubator. Make a wool. Make a daylight detector. Baby. Oh, baby. I see. That's cute. Baby, breeding chamber, and gene indexer. So, breeding chamber. Okay. Make a few of those. Breeding chamber is made. Baby upgrade. Breeding chamber. A rose bush. Where do I get rose bushes from? From the Bumble Zone, of course. And then the gene indexer we can do. Gene indexer. Let's make a comparator. And a crafting table. And a gene indexer. Honey generator. I need a bucket of honey to make that. I need 8 beeswax to make that. And the comb collection, we have the general main resource combs, which I think might generate naturally in the Bumble Zone. So I am actually going to go check that out real quick. Stand by. Alright, so I got the honey bucket, or let's start with the bee nest helmet. I got those. Those blocks actually make up the ceiling of the Bumble Zone. So we can craft the bee nest helmet. And we can also use the honey bucket to craft the honey generator. So now, literally the only thing we have left to do in the resources chapter, let me grab the incubator and the indexer and the other thing, the breeding chamber. Right, we need rose bushes. I forgot to grab those. 1 minute. And the rose bush to make the what was it? The breeding chamber. Yes. So now the only thing we need is the inactive dragon egg, which comes from an egg and draconic chunks, which come from draconic dust, which come from the draconic combs, which come from the draconic bees. And the draconic bees come from the end. They only work in the end. Obsidian nest, draconic bee, dragon's breath. Actually, we might be able to make that this episode. Let me look here. Bees. Nope. Back. Where's the back button? Oh, there's the back button. Bees. 5 bees. Oh, is this one of those things where you have to unlock them? Draconic bees. Rarely found living in obsidian pillars on the main island in the end. Oh! We might be able to get this episode. I'll meet you in the end. So, with the help of this handy-dandy little nest locator, I was able to find an obsidian nest. But from the looks of it, these will spawn the draconic bees that I need. But in order to actually speed that up to not 15 minutes away, or 10 to 15 minutes away, I need to use Dragon's Breath, which I don't have. So we're going to fight another Ender Dragon today, but it's going to be really quick because we have the cool sword. And 4. Okay. I think I've muted all the Ender Dragon sounds, so this shouldn't be a problem. All Ender Dragon. Let's mute the flap, and the hurt, and the shoot. And Ender Dragon Death can go away, and Ambient can go away. So what we need is for the dragon to do some breathing, and then we'll grab its breath, and then we can... Oh, how convenient. Mine. All mine. I want a stack of these, just for posterity. Give me your breaths. Oh, I'm withered, am I? I'm withered. I should have put the anti-wither thing on. Can I? Do I have a Tinker's Table on me? Tinker's Table. I don't think I do. That's fine. We'll do this the old-fashioned way. Let me get my bow. And do I need an arrow? I think I need an arrow. Arrow. Alright. We can fly on our own now. We don't need a dragon. Just get rid of all of these real quick. Okay. I'm an amazing shot. Let's deal with this real quick. I think we're done. Okay. Ooh, more Dragon's Breath right there. Okay. Got it. Where you at, dragon? Come on. Let's go. Breathe. Breathe upon me. There we go. Grab that. Oh, more. More. The Ender Dragon is scary in real Minecraft. It can actually kill you. In modded Minecraft, less so. It's kind of just a chore. Though, I think it did kill me that once, didn't it? Or was that another mod pack that I don't remember? Oh, more breath. Grab all that. Ah. Breathe. Oh, that's just your mouth. That. I need actual dragon's breath. Like, come on. Breathe dragon's breath. There we go. Yeah, got it all. Okay. Now we kill. Not too hard. This is much easier than trying to fight it with the dragon. And I'm faster than it, so I can just chase it down and smack. Come on. Come on. Oh, didn't mute that. that. We'll have to mute that in post. Dragon, you're gonna drop the stuff. Did you a chest for me with like an Elytra in it? That was supposed to drop. No. Okay. If you insist on being like that, you may. Okay. Oh, that's just ender pearls. Let's turn that off. And head back to the beehive. Alright, let's pop this sucker full of dragon's breath. And while that counts down, let's make a mob, or grab a mob imprisonment tool, and we can grab the bee and take it back with us. And this dragon hive allows you to harvest the draconic combs easily. Hopefully. Oh, you're attacking me. Interesting. You're hostile. How fun. I don't know what the pollination on this bee is. Bees. Wild bees. Draconic bees. I don't know what the pollination thing on this bees is. But it's going to take a while. So I think I'm going to end the episode here, and I'll work on all of that in the meantime. And then next episode, hopefully, we'll have an inactive dragon egg, and we can complete this. And that'll be the resources chapter done. And next time, we'll be working on theurgy, demonstrating theurgy, and maybe roots, or at least this stuff of roots. And that'll be the magic chapter done. And once we have theurgy going and we can duplicate that scoot, we'll have this smithing template and the exploration chapter done. And then, once we have the templates, we can do these warden chest plates and have the miscellaneous chapter done. And then it's just this. And I don't know how much of this I'm going to do, because it's just a lot of crafting. We'll see how much stuff we need. I'll plug it all into an autocrafter, and we'll see how much stuff I actually need to do all of this. And then, yeah, we'll see if it's worth the grind or not. But looking at this, there's not that many episodes left in this series, so I'm going to start maybe thinking about what to do after this. But yeah, there's a couple more episodes. We still have to build the dragon resort and all. But yeah, thanks for watching this unexpected bee episode. Until next time, later.